Mrs. Woodard. What can I say?
Good evening, George.
We read about Mr. Woodard. A great loss.
Is the table available,
Certainly. Please.
Thank you.
Martini dry?
Please.
Councilman Ryan?
Scotch on the rocks, please.
It's George's job to know anybody who's anybody.
Oh, well, I'm used to being known in the streets and the precincts and clubhouses,
But not amongst the potted palms and violins,
No.
eh? You'll adjust.
You know, you seem more comfortable here than I've ever seen you.
It's my environment. This is the world Bill gave me. He's funny. I feel closer to him right here and now tonight than I have in weeks. Thank you for bringing me here.
Did I? I think it was Bill who brought you here.
You're quite right. You're wise. And I don't want any condolences tonight. Tonight, I celebrate Bill. We shared this table so often, you know? Me here, him there, and the firelight playing in his hair. It's so good to know that how much of him is still alive in me. How much of him is still alive.
He was a man who became a part of anyone he touched, even slightly. And more than anyone, Ray, you have a great deal to celebrate.
You know, I can just hear them. Oh, but how morbid, darling. All my friends, or at least most of them. And Polly, oh, but to go to that place that meant so much to both of you, Pet, how could you bear it? And especially the same table. She just wouldn't understand.
Look, you want to remember happily instead of sadly. It's the most natural thing in the world.
For you. And that's why I'm very grateful to you. You know, I don't know what I would have done if that funeral had gone on and on.
I'm happy I could help. I know what it feels like to lose someone you love.
Relaxing in your office?
Oh, I will just be 1 second.
Nope.
No, really, it won't take but a minute.
Sorry, but I gave Miriam my solemn word
On what?
to take you away from all this. I called her at the apartment. When she told me you were working late, we made a pact. Now, the later I keep you out for dinner tonight, the better Miriam's gonna like it. So, Miss Coleridge, work is finished, play begins, the home front is completely covered, and we have a dinner reservation.
Fait accompli.
Fate accompli.
Okay.
Little brute force works wonders.
Where are we going?
We are going to be serenaded by a gypsy violin.
Oh, no.
While we dine Hungarian.
Uh-huh. I remember that gypsy violin.
You do?
Yes, and so do you, the night you had one too many.
Too many what?
Too many drinks.
Me?
Yes, you. Don't you remember? He came and he serenaded me under the window, and then in the living room,
Remind me.
Frank was there.
Frank. Frank who?
You're terrible.
Don't take my
Live too. Vonage.com.
You wouldn't hit him on his man. You would. You throw a snowball at a poor defenseless fellow who's never had a snowball fight in his life before.
Oh, and I thought I was beating the middleweight snowball fighting champion of Ireland.
Oh, but we don't have much snow in Ireland.
Oh, Yuck.
And I never knew what I was missing. Why you can slide in it and fall in it and just about...
Freeze in it.
Ah, give them here.
Thank you.
Gotta keep you in shape for a rematch.
You're on.
You warm me up?
Uh-huh.
Here, put these on. They're dry.
No. You'll be cold.
No, I've got pockets. Put them on.
Your hands are enormous.
The bigger to keep you warm with, my dear.
Raggedy Faith. How come you're still loose?
Loose?
Uncaught by some great woman?
Oh, I was caught once right enough.
Was she great?
Quite great.
Tell me.
Oh, the usual calamity. I wrote a poem every hour. Never ate, never slept. Saw her face in every cloud, carved her name on every tree.
What was her name?
Doesn't matter.
Be real easy to fly to Ireland and read the trees.
I never said she was Irish.
Was she? American?
Faith.
An English girl?
Faith, it's not important.
A woman who is not English, name carved on every tree somewhere in the Western world.
And that's as close as you're going to come.
Does it still hurt?
A little.
Was it very recent?
Oh, Faith. I know you mean it kindly, but you need know only that I lost her. I'll never have her, and my heart is mending.
I'm sorry. I was prying.
It's all right. I just don't want there to be any more trouble over it. There's been enough.
Good evening. What's your pleasure?
Now, you see, that's the sort of thing he liked about you. You can translate words into action.
Well, he must have known lots of public figures who do that.
Oh, you'd be surprised. You know, one of the worst things you could say about anyone was he's all talk, which is precisely what he would have said about me tonight.
Well, that's why we've come here tonight, to talk about Bill.
And he would have hated it, and I love it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, reservations for Dr. Bullard. Right here. Oh, fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jillian. Listen, if you want to leave, I'll understand.
Of all the restaurants in New York.
Shall we go?
No. I mean, just because Frank and Ray are here. Seneca, will you please sit down so they won't see you standing there wavering? Anyway, it would be childish to leave.
It's up to you.
Besides, they're almost finished with the dessert, and then they will leave.
Now it looks like they're lingering.
Don't look now, but look now. Will they make you terribly uncomfortable?
Not terribly.
But a little.
No, it's all right.
You can leave if you like.
No, there's no hurry. I'm very happy here.
They've noticed us.
What are you having?
I know.
No, it's just that I remembered that this exact situation happened to me once before with Bill. Right here, this very table, this very restaurant.
A former girlfriend of Bill's?
Oh, no. Former beau of mine.
Well, what happened?
Well, he came in with this very flashy girl. Actually, she was cheap. That's what she was. And he came over to the table to say hello because he wanted to meet Bill for some reason of his own. Now, normally, that's the sort of thing that would have made Bill very jealous. However, at the Cafe Budapest, Bill had a secret weapon. Karoy.
What? Who?
Karoy, the violinist.
Oh. You know, I know him from somewhere.
Anyway, this guy was about as not obnoxious as he could be, and then he went over to his own table, and I could see that some kind of a plot was hatching in Bill's mind, and he called Caroy over and he said, look, I know it doesn't really go with the atmosphere of the place, but do you happen to know somebody stole my gal? At which point, Caroy just burst into a perfect gypsy treatment of somebody stole my gal.
You gotta hear it.
What?
Caroy.
I couldn't do that. Could you do it real?
What's that supposed to mean?
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll go find out.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. It can't possibly have anything to do with us.
Would you hold my hands, please? There's a slight chance that I may just burst into tears.
Well, maybe the song was a mistake.
Oh, no, just let him play it. Just hold my hands, that's all.
Ray, cry if you want to. It might be the best thing for you to do.
I will not. Oh, no, I won't. Not tonight. Tonight, Bill is alive, and he's happy, and he's here with me, and he's not in some damn hospital, and he doesn't have to worry about anybody ever...
What do you make of that?
Ray Woodard has found herself a new interest in life. That's what I make of that.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about that new interest being Frank Ryan?
It doesn't concern me in the least. I say have fun, Ray Woodard, and good luck, Frank.
Do you really feel like that?
Yeah, I really feel like that. Why? Do I seem affected?
Well, I have waited a very long time for you to come to that conclusion. I'm very glad you have.
I'm glad, too. Very glad. And I'm glad that I'm here with you.
Okay, all right, then you're gonna have to tell me just one more time now. Now that Frank Ryan is completely out of your system, is there any reason why you shouldn't marry me?
Just...
Let me have a bottle of stout, please.
You got it.
It's a grand-looking place. Looking around here now, I could almost swear I never left Ireland.
Here you are.
My compliments to the proprietor.
The proprietor thanks you very much.
Would that be yourself, then?
Johnny Ryan at your service, sir.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you.
How long you been over?
Oh, just a few days.
Oh.
I'm not here to stay, just visiting some old friends, you know?
Oh, and making a couple of new ones, I hope.
You must get a lot of Irish business here.
Well, that might be true if we were like downtown, an Irish neighborhood like 3rd Avenue, 80s, the East Side, or in the Bronx. We get a pretty mixed crowd in here.
But I expect newcomers from Ireland coming through the neighborhood. They might just as likely come into Ryan's as anywhere.
Oh, yeah, they might, yeah, sure.
Have there been any,
Look, excuse me. You reminded me. I promised the wife I'd put the rubber mats down outside because of the snow.
Well,
I made my wife. I'll be right back. Excuse me. Well, you can really see them feet coming down here like that.
That's because I gave you my extra special push.
There's nobody's push. I'd rather have.
Oh, so, what's next, a snowman?
Little rest?
Oh, hey, listen, here's your gloves back.
No,
come on, you're freezing.
Well, I tell you what. One for me. One for you. The bare hands go like this.
Oh,
How's that?
it's perfect.
Suddenly, everything seems perfect. Faith,
What?
I like you a great deal.
I like you too, Tom. It's been a really nice evening.
Still is. Time to warm the other hand.
You know, this is really ridiculous. 2 adults with a single pair of gloves.
It's very silly, but very nice.
Say there, maybe you can help me. Had a queer experience today. I saw this fella in the street, just a little ways from here, in fact. He looked like a fella I used to know at home. But for the life of me, I couldn't match a name up with his face. I wanted to call out to him, but I couldn't remember his name. This fella's a tall, dark, good-looking Irishman. He used to be a boxer back home.
Oh, well, there's one person around here that'd fit that description.
Who would that be?
That's Tom Desmond. But I know he used to be a boxer in Ireland.
Tom Desmond?
Yeah, he's the public relations officer of the hospital across the street.
Oh, that's where I saw him.
Yep, Tom Desmond's your man, all right.
Nah, Desmond doesn't ring true. Desmond. It's probably somebody else, you know? Somebody looked like him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The fellow's just a casual acquaintance of mine anyway. Could I have another of these?
Yeah, sure.
I think we have to have a little something more to warm us up.
Oh, do we now?
Uh-huh. Still a bit chilly. That's much better. Perfect.
Next on That Beacon.
You see, it was never you so much as the idea of marriage that I didn't want. But,
Go on, go on. Come on.
well, now at this very moment, I am very tempted to say yes.
I'll settle for a weak moment. Be a lifetime of happiness.
That's just it. It's the lifetime that I'm afraid of, not sure of. Now, admittedly, you have stopped trying to control my every move. And you are good to me in so many ways. And we can care about each other without smothering each other, and we can argue without hurting each other. And I do love you.
So?
So, I'm not in love with you. No, that is not just a difference in words. It's feeling beyond any question and any doubt.
Okay. Now, just listen to what you said, all right?
Uh-huh.
So we care, but we don't smother. We fight, but we don't hurt. Now, it wasn't always like that. I mean, look how far we've come. Jillian, I know that you've changed me in quite a few ways, and I like to think that you've made some adjustments because of me, right? We have grown together. I mean, I think that love can grow. All right, okay, so we haven't fallen in love. I mean, we can grow into love.
Good evening.
Hello?
Now that is a poor excuse for good manners.
Let's just be grateful they're gone. Jillian, there is another change that's happened recently since we've been living together. I don't know if you felt it, but I have. I think Edmund has, too. For the first time in my life, I have a true sense of family. That little baby does, too. Now, Edmund feels it. A full-time family with love. I mean, a mother, a father who is there all the time. We have been a permanent, predictable part of each other's lives.
I accept.
Of course you accept. You have to. I mean, you see the difference in them.
No. I accept the proposal. That's what I mean. I accept it.
The proposal.
You are proposing marriage, aren't you?
Yeah, well, of course I am.
Yeah.
mean yes?
Yes.
No, wait a minute. It's just, I am so used to being turned down. Fine. It's great. That is wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
No. Thank you. Jillian, you are not going to regret this. It is absolutely the right decision. Doesn't it feel great?
Mainly what I feel is sweet. I'm not so sure it is the right decision.
It is. Believe me, it is.
Well, at least I made one.
You certainly have.
So, what about the wedding? Seneca, we have to have a wedding in order to be married.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't think that we should really make any more decisions. So there's one more thing that you have to know.
What?
Look, Jillian, why don't we leave things exactly as they are for now? When we get back to the apartment, I'll tell you all about it.
About what?
Later. Right now, let me just enjoy that wonderful yes I've waited so long for. Come on, say it to me again now that we got the violin. Come on.
Yes.
Did you hear that, my friend? The lady has finally said yes.
I remember you.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Oh, yes? What is that?
About that one more thing that I need to know.
Settle in for a night of drama featuring the biggest stars from your favorite TV shows and movies. It's your night for a great film with the Sunday Night Movies, every Sunday night at 10 on SoapNet.